Greetings, family. This is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. And this is actually an impromptu live that I am doing. I can see that some of y'all were logged in earlier today. Today was crazy, and I didn't get to read. I didn't get to read from the book that I have been reading to you guys. Let me fix this. Let me fix my laptop really quick. And so I apologize for that, but I have been busy and I was not able to do the reading of Octavia Butler today, but I will make it up to you next week. Yeah, that's much better. I'll make it up to you guys next week. I just couldn't do it today. I got a lot going on. I was kind of tripping because y'all know I got this couples retreat that is happening on Sunday, which is part of the reason that I'm doing this live right now. Okay. So again, let's see. It's Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Greetings, those of you who are tuning in. So let me tell you what happened, because I'm going to try to keep it brief. I got still 10,001 things to do. You feel me? And greetings, Carlotta. Greetings, Balance, Solitaire Wisdom. So let me tell you what had happened. You feel me? I got up today all enthusiastic about the mountains I was going to move on this day. You feel me? And you know how that goes. Sometimes. And I was productive today. You feel me? I was very productive today. So I'm not even going to say this sometimes. But let me tell you what happened. I sat down here because I have company in town. So I am entertaining this friend that I haven't seen in almost a decade, while ambitiously trying to execute this couples retreat come Sunday. He got into town yesterday. We've been having a blast, you feel me? And I've been still trying to be very responsible in my obligations to this couples retreat. This morning, I woke up hella progressive. Got up, took a shower, brushed my teeth. I was like, before I get busy in the brain, let me practice my sitar, because I had been slacking for some time. Got up, practiced for an hour and a half. Then I got done practicing and my arm was messed up because of how I have to hold the instrument, like messed up hard. I was in a lot of pain. So I did a treatment. You feel me? Today was a progressive day. We got back because we're going to a party tonight. But I was like, let me get some work done, because tomorrow is Saturday. This event is Sunday. But before we went out the house, I was going through a thing, because this couples retreat that I began organizing the beginning of January, like, it's been stressing me. I'm not going to lie. It's been stressing me. And so in that stress, greetings, Marie, Carly, Debbie Turner, Talby. It was stressing me. It was stressing me enough that when I got up this morning, I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to give the people who have paid, I'm going to give them their money back. I'm going to cancel it, because I've had so few people pay for the workshop that I was like, I'm taking a hit. At this point, I'm taking a hit doing the workshop, and I can't afford to take a hit. I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have to postpone it. Whatever. I can't even be in my feelings about it. I'm going to postpone it. Right. And I felt bad about it. I was really, because it is going to be dynamic. It's going to be really good. And I'm hype about it. And at the same time that I was hype about it, I was like, I just can't take a hit. I can't do it. You feel me? My baby in crisis. You understand? I had to send my baby money. Anyway, it was a lot over the last few days. I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have to postpone it. But the other thing was, and I think I told you guys, the whole reason for me organizing the workshop in the first place wasn't just to, quote, do a workshop to make some money. The workshop was to begin the process of transitioning myself out of having to do hands-on treatment as my primary means of income. I am almost 50. My body is feeling it. Plus, as a minister, I am feeling so much more of what people are experiencing than I ever have. The more open I become, the more susceptible I become. And it doesn't matter. I wear crystals. I wear my aleke. I put shit in my pockets. I use my floor to I do all the things to attempt to protect myself from the collective suffering that people are experiencing in the world, and what that looks like when I put my hands on people, what it feels like in my body when I put my hands on people. So for a long time now, I've been like, okay, how can I allow teaching to be the primary thing that sustains me, as opposed to, actual labor, me putting my hands on other people for significant periods of time, taking on and attempting to detox from and purge whatever it is that they leave with me, because everybody that comes to see me is attempting to leave something with me. People are fucked up. People have issues, serious, personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual issues, and they are looking for some place to drop that shit off, to unburden themselves. And that's not a dig, it's what it is. And so they got to leave it somewhere. You feel me? And how do I, attempting to help them resolve this shit and allowing them to be open enough to drop their burdens without assuming and taking into myself their shit? So I was like, I need to be teaching. You understand? I need to be teaching what I know and what I've acquired over the years as talents and gifts and skills and education. I need to be rapidly disseminating that shit into others, right? But in a way that it can sustain me. So that was the purpose for me being really enthusiastic about this workshop. It's going to be radical, and it's going to be the beginning of a series, but I had already talked to the state of California about what it would take for me to begin to petition them to teach CEUs. So whatever idea that you come up with, you have to execute the idea as if you were already teaching the class. So you have to submit video footage, you have to submit photographs, you have to submit a curriculum, what you're going to be teaching as a program or a curriculum. And everybody that participates in the workshop has to fill out a survey saying how they experienced it, what they learned, was it worth what it cost, right? So this was going to be my first attempt to galvanize all of this information in a package, submit it to the state of California board so that I can teach it as a continuing educations unit for anybody that's in the healthcare field in any capacity. So that was kind of my overall takeaway, is I need to be teaching. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that regularly and get paid for teaching is to begin teaching. This is that. So I woke up this morning convinced. I was like, I'm not doing the shit. I'm not going to do the workshop. I cannot afford to lose my ass. I can't afford to have my ass handed to me. You feel me? I tried discounting the workshop and all of that shit. And I was like, I can't take a hit. You feel? I'm not in a position to take a hit. So I left out of the house, went to go eat, went to go run some errands with my friends who's in town. And I'm like, yep, I'm not going to do it. And then I watched, because, tomorrow is the Virgo full moon. You all know I'm a Virgo. So I was like, just all matter of fact, because I practiced the sitar for about an hour and a half a day. I was like, you know what? Let me see what Tanya Gabrielle talking about, since we on the eve of this full moon. And I'm going to tell you, I told y'all last week, I've been a lot more disembodied than you guys are accustomed to me being. What I mean by that is, since I took this second job, I have been so caught up in busy. I've been so caught up in trying to, get ahead, that I have been disembodied. I have not been as present as you guys are accustomed to me being. And I am aware of that. And it's been a frustration of mine since the new year started. And so I got caught up. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of sustaining life. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I got up this morning. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Checked in with Tanya Gabrielle, not even like consciously. I was like, I just watched an hour and a half of this sitar shit so I could keep my lessons current. Let me see what Tanya Gabrielle, and I wasn't even listening to her direct. I was still running around the house trying to get myself together to get ready to go eat with my friend and do the things and this and that. And just out of the corner of my ear, listening to her talk about this full moon in Virgo, which is extremely significant energetically, I was like, oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. And she made, and the one quote that I caught like full on that changed my mind was the energy of Virgo in general, especially when you are living in that energy, going outside, walking barefoot, walking in the trees, going hiking. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in the energy of that, Virgo is the entity that she said Virgo is the entity that is responsible for miracles on earth. That's what she said. She said Virgo energy is the energy responsible for miracles on earth, miracles that unfold in the material world. I was like, oh shit. Right. There are some other, there are a couple of other astrological movements happening with, with Mars and Aries and all of this other stuff. Yeah, I told y'all, I tell y'all all the time, I'm not an astrologer, but when she said that, and when she talked about some of the other forces at play right now, as we are about to experience this Virgo full moon, the other energy being do it now. No matter how big it is, no matter how wild it may seem, if it is a passion, if it is a goal, if it is a wish that you have held at any time for any significant period of time, do it fucking now. Do it now. I was like, God damn. So that instant, I changed my mind. I was like, okay, I'm 3 days out. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And if it's a hit negative, then fine, it's a learning opportunity. If it's a hit positive, then cool, I can build on it. So that's the energy that I left the house with, right? Went outside because, like I said, I'm entertaining company for a few days. So I'm trying to make sure he ain't flew all the way out here to have a bum ass time. So we go, we do some little things, we move about, and I'm not thinking about this thing at all, but it's still in my mind that, okay, when I get back to the house, I have a couple of hours before we go out tonight to tie up some loose ends, to check in logistically about the building and all of this stuff, right? But not thinking about it deep. Like y'all know how I be. I can get neurotic. You feel me? I got to the house after we went out to eat. And I sat here to get ready. I wasn't going to do a live tonight. I actually sat down here to get ready to at least type out the program for Sunday. I was like, I'll feel good about my life if I go ahead and finish up the program so that people know exactly what to expect in terms of the content of the workshop. Email that out to everybody. I'll feel okay. I sat here because y'all know I always live from somewhere else. I live from my couch, but my friend was watching TV. I was typing, getting ready. I was like, you know what? Let me pull myself a card because I saw my deck was sitting right by here. I was like, you know what? I'm all over the place. I'm feeling really scatterbrained right now. I'm feeling really disembodied. I'm feeling like I'm looking at myself from outside myself. I said, let me pull a couple of cards for myself, and maybe this will reel me in. I had not been planning to do a reading for myself until tomorrow on the full moon. But I sat here, I was like, you know what? Let me just pull 3 cards for myself. You feel me? I've pulled the first 3 cards, and I was like, holy motherfucking shit. I was like, let me go ahead and do the 9 card, because I was just going to do a quick little 3-card read and then get back, commence to what the fuck I was doing. I pulled these first 3 cards. I was like, oh, I need to be still. I need to sit still and go ahead and do this full ass read on the eve of this full moon. Because these first cards that I just pulled was yanking my motherfucking chain, baby. They yanked my chain. That's why I got on this live. Is because right before I got on this live, I did a full read for myself on the eve of this full moon. And I just had to share with you what the fuck just happened. because baby, y'all ain't gonna believe this motherfucking read. I preface that way because y'all are not going to believe this read. I had to tell you how I've been feeling over these few days. Really kind of nervous because I didn't even get anywhere close to my paid goal. And I had a budget. I'm paying the musicians. I was going to pay for food and drinks. And I still have to finish paying for the building. I was like, come Monday, I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. I don't know, but this shit is radical. I'm doing little promos and shit. This is awesome. Like how people ain't, up on game, how people ain't up on the shit. I was like, and so to Monday, I made up my mind. I was like, you know what? I have one paid couple so far. If I can get 2 more paid couples, I'll be all right. Then I was like, but you know what? Really the ambition, I wanted the event to give me a profit, but I was like, if I can break even, if the event can pay for itself, I will still be cool because I will have galvanized all the things that I need to submit this thing to the state and still get that goal accomplished, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me call a couple of homies that are close and see if they just want to participate. A friend of mine just got engaged. I pitched it to him and his fiance as a gift. I was like, you know what? I need the bodies for me to submit it to the state. And it's a minimum participation in order to submit it to the state. I was like, you know what? They had been interested. I was like, I will gift the workshop to you. I need the bodies. I need a minimum of however many people I need to submit this thing to the state as a legitimate CEU, as a continuing education unit. So I offered it to them and 2 others for free. This 5-hour mini couples retreat with drinks and foods and a gift bag and live music. You feel me? And I was just tripping up until today when I said, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. God damn it. I'm not doing it. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. And then I watched this just little 10-minute thing on the significance of the full moon in Virgo. And it was like, bitch, if you serious about what it is the fuck you say you trying to do, you gonna do this motherfucking workshop, even if you take a hit, because it's going to teach you something. It's going to teach you about how you have to adjust for the future. It's going to teach you how you need to tweak it, because I told you this was going to be a part of an ongoing series. I'm going to tailor it for, adult parents and their adult children. Parents and their adult children, and parents who have little babies, toddlers and infants and all. I'm going to tailor it so that I can do it in different ways so that everybody in the community has the opportunity to benefit from this really amazing, impactful, goddamn life-changing information, right? So Spirit was like, bitch, you gonna do this shit. So I pulled the cards, and this is what happened. After all of that, after the thing with Tanya Gabrielle, after me saying, I'm not doing it, you feel me? This is what happened when I pulled these cards right before I got on this call. I didn't mean for the intro to be that long, but it was important for you to have context about why I did this reading tonight as opposed to tomorrow night, which would have been my norm. So I'm going to try to move through this shit quick. You know that I do a basic 9-card pull as opposed to a 7-card pull. So we just going to jump right in this shit and talk about what Spirit had to say to me today when I was on this bullshit. Here we is talking about changing the world, and I got an attitude because whatever. Anyway, so the first card that I pulled, I'm going to show it quick. We're going to go through it quick. The first card in this deck, which I remind you all the time, it's the Medicine Woman deck, right, is the 4 of Stones. For those that do not know, the stones are the pinnacles or the coins in the traditional deck. You see? So you see, she sit here, right? She's on the ground. She's on the earth. She ain't in her house. She outside on the earth, posted up on the rocks, you feel me? Producing something, making something, you feel me? The name of the card is Basic Survival. The name of the card is Basic Survival. Okay? I'm going to read part of this. I don't usually do this. I'm going to read part of the card before I talk to you about the card, because the first card, this is the first 3 cards are the first 3 cards that I pulled that yanked my chain so hard. I was like, I got to do a whole spread. This is the prayer for the card. And then I'll talk to you about the lesson of the card. In the beginning, there are many challenges. The pattern of my design is untested. This is the first time I'm doing this workshop in this city. This is the first time I'm doing this workshop period in 10 years. Okay. My product is not yet perfected. I am tempted to give up. That's the first card, y'all. I am tempted to give up. Instead, I hold on tightly to the first vision that inspired me to begin this project in the first place. Listen to what I'm telling you. I keep my money in check, not spending too freely, holding the reins. I keep waste to a minimum, finding uses for what I thought would be thrown away. And I continue to build, to mold and shape until I am pleased with my results. Then I shall give it all in a spirit of goodwill. That's the prayer for the card. But just the prayer for the card is every single thing that has happened to me in the last 48 hours. Every thought, every idea. Fuck this, I'm not doing it. You understand? I can't lose my ass out here. You feel me? Whatever. The lesson for the card. The first sentence in the lessons of the card. New ventures are risky. Y'all, you can't make this shit up. New ventures are risky. Make a list of the 3 objects you cannot live without. Make sure that you have them. If you cannot acquire them, free and clear within a week. So this is kind of more of an overall theory, but I was more interested in that first sentence. New ventures are risky. If you are comfortable in your space, this is what the other portion is saying, right? Make a list. Make sure your list is not too technologically complex. Simplify the list. This has been coming through all week. I saw a post the other day because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I've been studying for as I'm doing all the logistical work for this event. I have been trying to sit in silence every night, developing and strengthening the content of the actual workshop itself. So trying to be in a place of zen and concentration to make sure that people get exactly what it is I think they need from them. They need to go out and be impactful in their own lives while still trying to maniacally do all the logistical work for this shit. And so it's saying, and so all week I saw another post a couple of days ago that said, less is more. Less is more. And that stood out with me all day. It was just in passing. Less is more. I was like, damn, I'm making the shit too complicated. I'm doing too much. I can simplify. And then I pick up this card today and it's saying, make sure the list of shit you got to do is not too technologically complex. Simplify your list. This is basic survival. You feel me? Now that you have accomplished your basics, those things that secure you. Do you have some food in the refrigerator? Is your rent paid for the fucking month? You sure your electricity ain't going to be cut off? When you know that shit is straight, it says, now that you have accomplished your basic survival, you are ready to risk everything. You are ready to risk everything else while you put your new plan into operation. Come on in the room. You're ready to risk everything while you put your new plan into operation. Okay? You can proceed worry-free since you know no matter what happens, you will not be left in the cold. This means, this gives your consciousness the open door you need to move into this new reality. You have the edge of confidence because you have already provided for your own well-being. If you are already materially fortunate, blah, 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 everything else you have to energize the plan, this sense of security will free your mind for its creative pursuits. This sense of certainty and security will allow you to energize your plan through this sense of security that will free your mind for its creative pursuits. That's the first card, y'all. Moving right along, because I want to run through this quickly so you see the connection and how these motherfucking 9 cards, how they fell. on this night, on the eve of this powerful full moon that everybody is talking about, they're saying that this full moon and plus this month, February and March, are going to be the most impactful months of the entire year. Try the next card, the Eight of Pipes. Okay, I'll let you see it for a second. The Eight of Pipes. I love this card. It's probably my favorite card in the whole deck. I love this card. You see her? She got the shield, but she ain't got a sword in the other hand. She got a pipe in the other hand. She's got the lodge behind her. What is the lodge for? It's for healing. She's got the shield with the deer on it. She's got this bounty in the stones at her feet. She's got the bird overhead that gives her a broader view of what it is she must do and how she must move in the world. This is my favorite card in the deck. This card is the second card as the bridge I must cross, to overcome this obstacle. This is the second card in its position, the Eight of Pipes. Now let me tell you what the Eight of Pipes had to say about my punk ass talking about not going forward with this workshop on Sunday. You understand? Because the Eight of Pipes was like, yo, you with that bullshit. That's what the Eight of Pipes said. That's the super hood condensed version of the Eight of, like, you with that bullshit. The name of the card is your art. Your art, Cassandra. Your art, Cassandra, is your shield and power. Your art is your shield and power. Your gifts are your shield and power. Your art is your shield and power, right? The prayer for this card. Y'all know I don't usually read the prayers. I usually don't read from the book at all. But this was impactful on this night. Great Spirit, I am filled with light. I am burning with the fire of inspiration. I'm burning with the fire of inspiration. Anyway, I gladly take my place as your apprentice, Great Spirit. Grant me a good teacher who will show me the way to heal with my power. I am strong enough now to overcome anger by coercive action. I am strong enough now to overcome confusion by illuminating my mind with your words. I'm strong enough now to be kind even to those who do not like me. I am strong enough now to forgive those whom I thought were standing in my way. I have the energy and I am powerful. My body rejoices in the pleasures you have sent me. Your gifts now fill me, for I have given myself to you. Creator, you show me the way to make my life my art. This is the lesson of the card, y'all. Clutch your pearls. Your creative energy is now expressing itself with confidence. Your past experiences now give you an edge of expertise in the area where you have focused your energy. This may be in relation to your body, its health and tone, your sexuality and relationship with others, your artistic endeavors, or in your achievements of spiritual disciplines such as yoga, tai chi, meditation. The area in which you have chosen to channel your energy, the area through which you have chosen to channel your energy is now showing signs of your increased skill. Enjoy the benefits of your labor and continue to direct the purpose of your process towards positive global ends. In other words, if you are using material resources, be sure you give something back to the earth. If you depend on other people's energy, be sure to replenish it in some way. If your product makes a statement, continue to upgrade the thoughts behind the statement so that it doesn't merely point out the problems, but also shows a way to a resolution. The purpose of all energy given to you by the Great Spirit is to heal. Mend the sacred hoop of life, heal by your words, heal by your body, heal by your life. This is how to become a channel of the great divine. Child, listen. Moving around, that card is so deep. Listen to the next card. It's the third card. The Two of Stones. The Two of Stones. So you see the Two of Stones? Y'all see the Two of Stones? She's sitting on the earth by a stream. It looks like she may, let me look close. I don't want to mistake. Yes, she is making an offering to the water. She is pouring into the water. You feel me? Y'all see? Okay, Two of Stones. The name of this card, this Two of Stones, is reflecting on the potential use of your resources. Reflecting on the potential use of your resources. Let's see. Okay. Reflecting on the potential uses of your resources. So this card, I like this card. This card is asking you in the beginning, it's telling you to reflect on the relationship that you have with the earth first, and to imagine the earth as a friend or a lover. In this relationship with your friend or your lover, how do you see this relationship play out? Is it a reciprocal relationship, or is it lopsided? In this relationship, are you the initiator of all contact, right? In this relationship, are you always the one that makes plans and calls them? And is this a reciprocal relationship that you have with this friend or this lover? Imagine this relationship to analyze your relationship with the Mother Earth. Is it a reciprocal relationship? Is it a harmonious relationship? You feel me? And in analyzing, yes, and in analyzing the quality of this relationship with Earth that you have can help you to understand, are you giving more or are you receiving more? Or is there a harmonious balance? And in this, right, it says, make sure that in your actions, you are always giving of your true self and not superficially. Are you giving from your true self, or are you giving in a way that denotes you needing approval from the outside, right? Are you giving superficially? Also, it's saying that your success lies in the constant analysis of this relationship between you and Earth. Why? Because everything that you need in your whole life to be successful in your ambitions, in your goals, in your dreams comes from the Earth. Everything that you need. Everything that you need to be successful in the fulfillment of your dreams, your ambitions, whatever, comes from the Earth. Everything. Money, friends, resources, everything comes from the Earth. So that's why this card calls on you to really get in your body to analyze the giving and receiving, the reciprocity of the relationship that you have with the Earth, this being the foundation that allows you to analyze those around you. Are the relationships mutually beneficial of these people that you are in? Holy shit. Of these people that you are in relationship around you? Are you being poured into as much as you are pouring into others? Is the relationship reciprocal? Or is it something that is preventing you from reaching your goals, ambitions, dreams, or what have you? Analyzing the gravity and the quality of your relationship with the Mother Earth so that you can analyze the relationships around you and whether they are contributing to or inhibiting the goals, the aims, the ambitions, the dreams that you've set for yourself. Because the stones is what? The stones in this deck is about it's about where everything comes from. So in the traditional deck, it's coins or pentacles. It's a representation of your material wealth. But in this deck, even the coins, even gold, even everything comes from the Earth. That's why the stones are the foundation of the energy of the Earth. And so this card is saying, look, make sure that your relationships are reciprocal and that you are not bleeding out in a relationship in a way that does not allow you to this relationship doesn't contribute to the fulfillment of your aims, objectives, goals, ambitions, and dreams. You feel me? That's a great card. What do they do to ensure the reciprocity of this relationship? She is sitting and making an offering to the Earth. with her bag full next to her. She's like, yeah, I got everything I need. Thank you so much. Let me give back to the Mother Earth to ensure that my relationships out in the world are indicative of this relationship that I have to my mother. Reciprocal. I make offerings. I acknowledge her. And in exchange, she continues to support me. Right? So anyway, moving right along. I know this is fast. I got shit to do. You feel me? I didn't intend to do this live tonight, but it was a word because I'm not doing temple ceremony. I'm not doing temple service tomorrow. This is temple service right now at 8:37 p.m. Unexpected because Spirit was riding my ass like a motherfucking jockey on a horse. You feel me? The next card. The exemplar of the pipes. Pipes coming through again. You feel me? There, look at that shield, just like the Eight of Pipes. There's that shield again with the deer on it. And the deer in this deck always represents those things that are most important to you. The deer is analogous with that which you hold dear in your heart. You feel me? So here she is with the wand, which is the pipe. Also the pipe at the feet. You feel me? So here she is with the pipes, sitting all stoic. This is the exemplar of the pipes. Okay. So let's see what the exemplar of the pipes had to say. A lot. God damn it. A lot. Like this was a whole ass read. This was a whole yanking of my chain. I love this card so much. Look how stoic. How not even stoic, like serene she looks. You understand? She's got the smoking pipe in one hand, the playing pipe at her feet. She's got the wand, majestic like in the other. She has got the wisdom of the eagle on top of her head at her crown and third eye. You see that? Okay. So the exemplar of the pipes, the name of the card is the sage, is a self well expressed. Y'all know what a sage is? It's like a wise person, a person who has lived a long, they teach many others. Their teachings live long after they have transitioned. A sage is one who has lived a life defined by actionable discernment. We'll get back into that later. But a sage, this is the name of the card. A sage is self well expressed. Y'all will not believe the studying I have been doing up in this bitch for the last 3 weeks in preparation for this workshop I'm teaching on Sunday. Okay? Y'all wouldn't believe how up in here I've been neurotic trying to prepare for this workshop on Sunday. This card is a sage, is a self well expressed. Okay? Let's see. Okay, I'm not going to read the prayer for this one, but I'm going to talk about the lesson. The first thing, so let me tell you, the me saying I'm not going to do this shit today was the me that I'm familiar with. I'm like, because people have not been responding, I've gotten one paid couple to attend the event. You feel me? My default is to self-question. Maybe I'm just a genius in my own mind. You feel me? Maybe ain't nobody really interested in what the fuck I'm talking about. You feel me? The first line in the lesson of this card, because this whole read is about what we're transitioning into. This card is this is my read, but this is the read for the temple. This is the read for anybody who resonates with it, because these are the habits that we get into that always attempt to sabotage evolution, child. That's what conditioning is. That's what conditioning does. So while we separate it and try to make it some psychological shit that we just need a therapist for, where does the conditioning come from? We've been talking about it politically the whole last week. Conditioning is purposeful because the conditioning ensures that we never evolve, you guys. The conditioning guarantees that we never evolve. So when I'm always going hard about the Roman Catholic Church or about Judaism or about Islam or about patriarchy and the conditioning and all of that shit, when this spiritual card drops, you feel me? This card says the sage is itself well expressed. You know you've been doing the right thing. You know you've been always aligned in the right spaces with the right people that have led you to the moment that you are right this minute, adequately prepared to teach others. Why you second guessing what it is you have to offer? Yeah, it don't look like you gonna meet the goals that you need to meet or whatever, but what you have to teach is worth teaching, and now is the time to teach it. Stop guessing yourself and stop allowing your fucking self-conscious conditioning to sabotage what you know you must do to evolve. That's what this card told me on this night. You feel me? It's the very first line says, you, Cassandra, have earned the title of sage or creative genius. That's the first line in the card, y'all. That kicked me in the chest while I'm off in this bullshit. You feel me? Girl, why you fronting? You have earned the title of sage or creative genius. You are a visionary who has lived life fully and well. The artist at life itself. Baby, she said, bitch, why you playing? People always talk about, damn, the stories this girl tell is crazy. Like, you can't even write this. This card right here say, baby, why you fronting? You are the visionary who has lived life fully and well. The artist at life itself. Your works will last long beyond your own physical life, and thus you are immortal. You are passing on the pipe now when you teach. Stop playing. You are passing on the pipe when you teach. Handing down the wand that will allow others to execute miracles based on the information that you left them. That's what the wand is. That's why the wand is so significant. Whether it's the staff wand that leads her path, or whether it's the magic wand that allows her energy to be channeled through this instrument that directs her power so that she can create change in the material goddamn world, based on the information that she has, based on the lived experiences that she has, based on the fact that she is a sage whose life has always been well expressed. It says you are passing on the pipe now. Stop playing. Teach the fucking people. Handing down the wand to those who need it. This may be in only one area of your life or in all of them. Only you will know. It is an end time, but it is also a time, child. It is also a time when you reign supreme. Be wise. You will be asked to pass on. It is a good time to reflect, to be thankful, to make completions of that which you began. Do not get caught up in the feeling of dying. There is no death that lasts. Your life conditions, the context in which you find yourself, simply change. Let go of this motherfucking card, y'all. Let go of your identification with the earlier parts of your journey. What is that saying? What is it saying? That there is no death that lasts. All you are doing is changing. What am I always telling y'all? Every day we are simultaneously evolving and emerging. Every single solitary day, we are always evolving and emerging. Every day we are new. Why are you holding on to the past? Why are you holding on to the identifications of yourself in the past? She said it's just information for you to know to continue to evolve. Don't identify with it. She said, here, there is no death that lasts. Your life conditions, the context in which you find yourself right now, just simply change. Let go of your identification with the earlier parts of your journey. You are not the journey. You are not the past, Cassandra. You are not a has-been or a once was. You are vital in the here and now. You are an exemplar of the pipes. You are a living example of that on which you spent your life energy. You will be given a new life where the long-term benefits of your work support you. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You feel me? Future generations will live with the creations developed through your energy. Future generations will live with the creations developed through your energy. What am I always talking about? That even if we do not see it, we have a responsibility right now in the present to behave, to conduct, to walk through, to challenge in a way that ensures the future that we say we want made real. The responsibility is right now, not somewhere the fuck down the line. Right now, to create in real time that which we say we want to see made real in the world. Right? What am I always saying? That we are the willing, joyful, enthusiastic, ecstatic architects of the new world under the reemergence of the one. That's who we are. Here she say, you tripping. You keep forgetting the long view, girl, when you get caught up in these little conditioned patterns. They have you trying to be like, oh, people ain't, I'm smarter than I'm not as smart as I think I am. People ain't really interested in this shit I'm trying to do. Only one person paid for the motherfucking workshop. I ain't out here trying to lose my ass. You know what? Let me get back on this app and do some massages this weekend so I make sure I don't bust my ass. That was what I was on this morning. And she was like, bitch, you playing games. But let me give you a swift kick in your ass real quick. She said that future generations will live with the creations developed through your energy. You will be a child among these future generations. The fulfillment of self, well expressed, becomes the art that inspires and guides the world. You will be born again in the future of your own creation. Oh my God. You do what the fuck you know you are here to do right now, to ensure with certainty that the world that you will come back to is the one that you deserve, because you created it, because you functioned in real time as the sage, well expressed child. This was the card they handed. Listen, I could go in because this is a word, you feel me? But I'm gonna continue because we still got a few cards to move through and I got shit to do. The nurturing lodge of the bowls, baby. You see, look what's happening in this card right here. This is friends, family, old people, infants, people from different cultures. You see, their clothes is different. People from different cultures, bountiful food. They in a safe space. This nurturing lodge of the bowls. This nurturing, they up in there happy, peaceful, from different cultures, from different places, bountiful, sharing. You feel me? The nurturing lodge of the bowls, baby. Let me tell you what the bowls had to say on this evening. The card is the fruits of devotion. This is the prayer. Many things I have been in the world. Come on in the room. Many roles I have played. Now I rest in the very place where you need me, Great Spirit. I know the worldly ways. I have struggled with love and come through smiling. I can tell how each one I have loved has brought me into deeper understanding of you, Great Spirit. I see that all of my time has become an ongoing act of devotion to you through all whom I serve. Yo. Oh my God. I see that all of my time has become an ongoing act of devotion to you through all whom I have served. I see that this devotion brings blessings in many forms to many people. Thank you, grandmother, grandfather, for the wisdom of your lives you have shared. The lesson for the card. Enter the lodge of your spiritual family and celebrate your lives together. This is the place and time to utilize your stores of nourishment for self and others. Embrace, be in peace, reflect, and enjoy. If you can listen, if you cannot fully do this in your life right now, there is a lesson here too. You have given away too much. What did the other cards say? The two of the stones. Analyze all the time where you are in your relationship with the mother and where you are in your relationship with others. Is it harmonious? Is it reciprocal? Or are you giving more than you receive, depleting yourself? Or are you receiving more than you give, fattening yourself at someone else's expense? That's the Two of Stones. This card right here say, look, if you cannot fully relax, enjoy, and be in peace right now, if you can't do this, there's a lesson to learn. Have you been giving away too much, saving nothing for the present? Have you extended your hand to others so far that you have lost your own balance? Go prepare a nurturing place for yourself. Renew yourself. Get what you need to fill your space and feel good about sharing once again. You hear what I just said? Your life is designed to bring you into constant relationship. Each relationship is a chance to act as if you are serving the divine being by serving that part of God that lights each human and creature present on earth, y'all. As you serve God, further godness is revealed through each one you serve. Listen to the word up in this room right now today, God damn it. Your home becomes a temple where gods and goddesses are welcomed, and you are able to serve as a priestess, as a priest, as a host, as a hostess. All is to be passed on in the gracious ways you have learned. All is meant to be received in thanksgiving and returned in the end to the earth herself. This is the way that we bring constant nourishment to all who live on earth. This card, God, y'all. Again, I think the last reading I did for the temple. I'm moving fast, baby. Sorry, y'all just gonna have to come back and revisit this. I might summarize tomorrow on the full moon. This card in the last reading that I did for the whole temple, the New Year reading for the temple, came up again. The ecstasy card. The ecstasy card, which is the lover's card in the traditional deck. It's a major arcana. This is a big card to be pulling on this day. On the eve of this goddamn Virgo full moon, the ecstasy card, which is again about equilibrium, beauty, love, and what that looks like. The affirmation or the prayer for this card: with love, I entice the inner person into relationship with the outer world. God damn it. I attract what I wish to become, and I radiate out what I am. Beauty surrounds me. The earth and I are one. The card speaks. We are the lovers, both within and without, both within and outside of yourself. We are two parts of who you are. The beauty you see in the person you love is but a mirror of that beauty within yourself. Come on in the room, y'all. As you love another person, you begin to love yourself. Within you, a perfect self dwells and begins to have expression through love, becoming more confident enough to walk out in the world. I, the woman attuned to spirit, am giving form through the male attuned to the needs of the world. I, the male attuned to the needs of the world, am given inspiration and guidance through the woman attuned to spirit. The superconsciousness is manifest through the flesh in our perfect union, us as one within ourselves. The divine masculine and the sacred feminine that resides in all of us. You heard? The word is made flesh between us. Remember 2 weeks ago when I told y'all, it was in the same reading, as a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. Because I pulled the lover's card 2 weeks ago. And I said, we got it wrong. We're always looking outside. Everybody that's talking about, this period is about, the balancing of the sacred, the divine feminine and the sacred masculine. And we always think it's some shit outside of us. We're always looking outside of us for a partner. Every time somebody get a reading from me, the first thing they're asking is, should I quit my job? Or I'm ready for a boo. I need a boo. You feel me? Or I got conflict with my boo. That's it. Those are the two things. Do I need a new job? Or Am I going to get a new boo, or do I need to leave my boo? It's always about that. This whole idea of the harmonizing between the divine feminine and the sacred masculine, I told y'all that 2 weeks ago. That because of our goddamn conditioning, because of fucking patriarchy and the cancer that it is, and how it negatively impacts every goddamn incarnate on the planet Earth, the divine feminine that we are seeking, the sacred masculine that we are seeking, and we're always seeking it outside of ourselves, is that mutated masculine or feminine that we have suppressed in conceding to our fucking patriarchal conditioning. What does that mean? What does that look like? In females, our sacred masculine is constantly being muted, quieted, suppressed, imprisoned, condemned, made light of, shushed. Our sacred masculine, which is mutated and struggling to fucking break free, is within us. In males, the divine feminine that exists in all males has been shamed and guilted through patriarchal conditioning and misogyny. Oh, you a simp. Why you act like bitches? Why you holding your baby like that? You understand? Let your woman hold it. All this shit that attempts to guilt and shame, silence and condemn, constrict and subdue the divine feminine that exists in every male fighting like hell to be free, to live out loud in harmonious union with their masculine. The Lover's card, baby, is about the necessary evolution of the individual within perfect union with the one. And none of us can reach perfection while we are imprisoning a whole half of who we are. Child, this card is a motherfucking word on this day, baby. On this Virgo full moon, the mother Virgo, who wants nothing more on earth than for us to be surrounded by art and beauty, for us to experience in our flesh all that makes us happy. She who is not only the mother of children, but the mother of sex and sexuality and sensuality. She's like, bitch, I want you to feel good in your body. I want you to experience all this beauty and bounty I left here for you to experience. But you shut out the other half of the you that would make that possible. Females denying the sacred masculine within self. Males denying the divine feminine that exists within self. And then we go to war with each other out in the motherfucking world because we're walking around here fucking mutants, living with the malignancy of patriarchy that has condemned us all to despair. Baby, that's what this card is talking about. This card goes on to say, we are the conscious and the subconscious, the rational and the intuitive, the work and the play, the sensitive and the sensuous. When you have reached us, the lovers within you. This is the lovers talking. When you have reached us, the lovers within you. Fighting like hell to be free, to love freely, to love openly, to love unabashedly, to love unashamedly, to love safely. Child. When you have reached us, the lovers within you, you will no longer see the outer world as a force that is against you. You will have brought goodness from within it, and it will have brought goodness forth from you. Now the sexual energy reaches from the sensual to the super senses. The Kundalini has risen up on y'all asses, okay? The Kundalini is the divine she that rests within every last one of us. suppressed within every last one of us because of conditioning and taboos and rules and mores and shoulds and shouldn'ts. Huh? Listen, she said the Kundalini has risen. The sleeping serpent has awakened. Love now encompasses both the physical attraction on the human level and the craving for the divine. In love, there is heightened energy and perception of the good within the loved one. As experience deepens and expands your perception, you begin to see beauty everywhere, to love all things, to unite within the divine. Y'all. The mother had a spanking for me today. She's like, come on, girl. All this work you've been doing, as many times as you have sat at my feet in earnesty saying, all I want is to know. All I want is to remember why I am here. Tell me and I will comply. Tell me and I will comply. She said, why are you playing games, girl? Every opportunity, whether you created or someone else created it, that allows you to teach, that allows me to come through you, to allow the many to hear what the fuck I have to say, because you present with the confidence to open up your throat and let me speak. Bitch, stop playing games and take the opportunity. Do the work. This is what the work is. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if it has you second guessing yourself, stop playing games. Huh? The self-questioning for this card is there a person within you that you never show the world? Can you love her or him enough to coax her out? Is there a person hiding that you keep secret in here, in you, because you scared of judgment, because you scared somebody gonna have some slick shit to say, because you are fearful of shame and being guilted? Is there a person that hides within you that you have never shown the world? And can you love them enough to set them fucking free? Because in the freeing of the you that you have held hostage inside yourself is the salvation of the others, of the many. Someone will be healed by that which you have held hostage. Someone will be set free by the you that you have kept secret. Baby, this is a whole word. You understand? Yes, baby, yes. Moving right along. I know it was deep and it's quick. Moving right along. The sunset card. The sunset card. What did she just say in the exemplar of the pipes? Baby, death is an illusion. You are just triggered by the inevitability of evolutionary emergence. You have to evolve. Whether you want to or not, you have to emerge. Whether you reject it or not, the shit is always happening. Evolution and emergence is always happening. Whether you are in denial or not, this bitch is working. It will be more painful if you deny. It will be more painful if you reject. But evolutionary emergence is always unfolding, whether you are willing or unwilling, motherfucker. So stop going back to your past in a way to criticize yourself. Take what you need from the past of your life and evolve and emerge. That's all. Do not look at your past with guilt or shame or what if I could have or I should have or whatever. Anyway, the sunset card is the death card in the traditional deck. But look at, listen, y'all, oh my God. Let me tell y'all about the sunset card. Remember I talked to y'all the other day on something totally unrelated, but is relevant right this minute on this eve of this fucking full moon, child. Remember what I told y'all the other day? Look at this card. When I was talking about the period that we're transitioning out of the Piscean age, which is the personification of the age of the desert, of the age of utmost yang, of the age that has reigned hell on the whole planet. What did I tell y'all? That if your ass is in the motherfucking desert, The last thing you are praying for is the light. The last thing you are praying for is more sun. The last thing that you are praying for is more light. What did I say? That if you are in the desert, if you are in the age of utmost yang, if you are in the age of yang, run the fuck amok. If you are in the desert, suffering from the light, being brutalized by the light, you are not praying for more light, bitch. You are praying for sunset. You are praying for midnight. You are praying for shade. Bitch, you praying for the dark. You are praying for the dark. Look at this card called the Death card, Sunset. As he is walking through the desert towards the sunset. You feel me? Let me just give y'all a word about this card. The Sunset card is a card of transformation. That's what she said with the exemplar card, the exemplar of the pipes. Death is just inevitable transformation. Don't fear it. It is what it is. Whether it's the death of an old you, whether it is the death of an old job, whatever. Death is but a temporary experience, allowing you to evolve, allowing you to transform, precipitating evolution, emergence, transformation. This is the transformation card. The affirmation for the card is, I accept the changes that will come through higher states of consciousness. All change works to bring about my freedom and my good. I let go and I am free. So I should have got some water or something before I went up in here preaching like the old preacher. You feel me? Yeah, I'm probably gonna read this card to y'all too. Y'all know I never do this, but this is a whole word. Whoo, yep, this is a whole word. She just reiterating what I just said, but it's still a whole word. Like the setting sun, I am death to that which has been of this day. Yet I promise renewal. When there is no other way out, I come. I am always kind. Only I can offer the opportunity to leave behind the unresolvable problems. I am firm. Okay, I like when money come through like that. Appreciate you, whoever sent that little donation. I like that. I appreciate that. You feel me? It says, I am kind. Only I can offer the opportunity to leave behind that which is those unsolvable problems. I am firm. There is no return to what has been. Through me, you are called to the Creator. This is the card that I pulled for myself today, y'all. Damn, my damn IG. Listen, IG be playing games with my emotions. You feel me? I don't know if it's going to come back on, but I'm going to keep on. This is the card I pulled today for myself about whether or not to teach others. Okay? Through me, you are called to the Creator. You are called to listen once more to the great plan and the part you must play in the great plan, child. I am the end of life as you have known it. I'm just the end of life as you've known it. This is evolution, baby. I am the beginning of what you have not yet even begun to imagine. When you see me coming, open to the change. I am a warning. I tell you the patterns through which you are working, are leading to your end. In your body, I am constantly taking the old cells to make room for the new ones. Every few years, your body is totally recreated in the form of your thoughts. You create the body through your intellectual patterns. Change the pattern, the thought and the image, and you change the form. Restructuring the mind is restructuring the body. In your world, I bring change as the people change. All social change comes from death of old bodies. Listen, y'all. Through old bodies and embodiments of old ways of thinking and the birth of new ones. In this way, opportunities for liberation are constantly provided. Death is change at the basic structural level. You can change your body and your experience through your new concepts. Everything realigns as your thoughts take a new order. Every good thought that you dwell on creates light in the cell until it can truly be said the kingdom of God is within. The goddess lives again through me. Fear of death is the fear of change. Fear that your good will not come. Fear that your good will not come. Fear of death is the fear of law, the equivalent of the word Lord. The law is, as you think, so you will be. Fear is overcome by love. Thinking love thoughts fills your being with love. Realizing blah, 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 right? As the sun sets each day, I ask you, have you taken, listen, as the sun sets on every single day, ask yourself, have you taken this opportunity to change? Have you used this day to grow in love, to fulfill your purpose? Have you used this day? Let's see. If not, I will be coming around again tomorrow. This is the patterning she's talking about in this card. You understand? I'll be coming around again tomorrow. I will appear more and more ominous as you need. I will strike fear into your heart if that is what it takes for you to transform. For I am kind, and if you use the power of your life, I will come only when all is done to bring you gentle respite, to escort you on to higher places, to lead you to the one. The self-questioning for this card. Am I taking the opportunities for growth that are presented to me? Or do I wait until I am pushed by a difficult situation? Do I learn by going ahead into more love and more creativity? Or do I wait for struggle to be my teacher, child? Do I wait for struggle to be the teacher? Child. Golly. Moving right along, child. Moving right along. 2 more cards, y'all. Rock with me. The 5 of Pipes. I love this card. I love this card. What was the name of this card? It is, oh my God, I can't remember, but it's something about allure. The 5 of Pipes, y'all. The 5 of Pipes. Yes, allure through opposition. Remember this card? This card came out on our last reading for the temple. Allure through opposition. What is this picture saying? What is dear to her heart is obstructed by the forest, but she's using the magic of the pipes to wield her destiny to her, to call her destiny to her. Allure through opposition, this card. You feel me? It is time now to go out into the world and share my dream, to give myself to people. I know this is a challenging time when my life could be altered by the will of others. My ideas will be up for scrutiny by those I want to please. So, Great Spirit, I accept the courage to face the world with that you have given me. I accept the wisdom to know how to expose your divine nature within me to those who have eyes to see. I am strong in my commitment to the essence of my vision. I am strong in my commitment to that. My commitment that the essence of my vision will remain true to that which you have inspired me to do. I lure the world to its own divinity by the nature of love you have given to me. I will call the wild unknown unto me. I will strengthen and beauty. The strengthen and beauty ever present within me. Your breath, your life will pass through me, and I will be at my best. Yo, the lesson for the card. Your vision has brought a portion of your dream to you, but not all forces are yet aligned with your dream. Your mind may wander from your vision. Isn't that what I just said happened to me today? Fuck it, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Can't take no hits. Can't take the risk. Can't take the risk. What did that motherfucking card say to me earlier? The first line of the card. Anything worth doing is worth taking a risk. Listen. It says you may want your own mind may wander from your vision. You may have friends or relatives who disapprove. Remember me, this was a part of our first reading of the year. The world may not currently accept what you have to offer. It is time to face these things and lure the universe to accommodate you. Holding the highest good that you can imagine in mind, begin to enter the unknown, child. Take the risks. Whether you are engaged in a hunt in the primeval forest or entering into a new marriage or new career, you are stepping alone into a force field much larger than yourself. You are seeking only one prize, the cherished central key to your dream. Perhaps it is a person's ongoing love, maybe a position where where your creative works will be recognized and encouraged, or an inner step of development that you've been longing to achieve. In any case, you must use your personal talents to guide the dearly desired towards you. Your fears will rise up, just like they did on this motherfucking day. Your expectations that others should already be attuned to your needs will be confronted. You are alone and small in a field of seeming opposition. It is time to go with your gifts. Pull out all your talents and use them, however meager you may think them to be. This is what the universe is asking of you now. Trust the higher self. Did y'all hear that last statement? It says you may feel alone and small in a field of seeming opposition. But what the universe is saying, bitch, is I gave you a lot of motherfucking skills, but you came up in here with a lot of gifts, with a lot of skills that you are not utilizing because you feel small and alone. But I'm telling you to pull out all the motherfucking stops. It is time to go forward with your gifts and pull out all your talents and use every single one of them, no matter how meager you think them to be. This is what the universe is asking of you now, to trust your higher self. Pull out the pipes and blow your life's breath into them. Give it your all. This is the ego's battle to transcend boundaries. It is a time of interpersonal breakthrough and growth for you. You are coming to terms with life around you. This is creative conflict or the therapy stage of a relationship, a cleansing intensive. All of your energy is called forth to empower and embolden you. Play, honey, play for all you are worth. Play for all you are worth. Your higher self. Why she say play for all you're worth? Because you do not lure what you are calling to you through struggle and opposition. You don't lure to what you don't lure what you need to you through rage, anger, frustration, resentment. You use what speaks to people. That's why she's got the pipes in the dense forest trying to she ain't got the blade and the machete and shit trying to chop down the trees in the forest to get to what she want. Huh? She's standing on the outside of the forest, able to see through it that which is most important to her. And she says, you know what? I ain't going to fight the forest. I'm just going to use my gifts. I'm going to play this flute and call the universe to me. I'm going to play and be light in spirit and win the universe to conspire on my behalf. That's what the card says. It says play for all of your worth. Your higher self is being pulled through. Your higher self is being pulled through, and the world will respond when you play. The world will respond when you play. So she says here, your fears have no place in the execution of play. Your fears have no place and serve no purpose in that which you are attempting to win to you in the fulfillment of your personal destiny. Remember, listen to this last statement. Remember, attachment to ego is not just self-centeredness, but it can be the stubborn holding on to the old and less creative self that exists in your past. Free those ego boundaries. Soar beyond your old limitations. There are wonderful things you wish to do. Take this opportunity to do them. Baby, just a whole word, child. Every hair on my body is standing on end right now, yo. There's a whole word. She said, baby, don't struggle. Don't surrender to fear. Use what you have. All of the wonderful, bountiful, limitless gifts that I have given you, even those that you have tucked away because you're like, oh, that's that little bullshit I used to do back then. And then, oh my God, 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 oh my God. I listened just now, child. I just did reading early today when I told you I was listening to Tanya Gabrielle about what she's saying about what we need to do in preparation for this Virgo full moon, right? And that was the thing that convinced me, I'm with that bullshit. Let me go ahead and do the thing. But I shrugged it off as insignificant until just the second with this card. She said today, several hours ago, she said, this opportunity, this Virgo full moon, this is a cosmic opportunity for us to create the future from those things that we may see as mundane, that those simple things can be radically impactful. She said, for example, if you ever used to crochet or knit, see it as an opportunity, this skill that you left in your past, this gift that you didn't think served any purpose, pick it back up. And as you knit or as you crochet, see it as you are doing it, as you weaving the future you want to see made real. Listen, as I just read this card, and I completely just like, whatever. I embellished the way, I livened it up, but that's essentially what if you had an old skill like knitting or crocheting, pick it back up. It might yield something for you. That was the simplicity that she put it forth with. But just now, as I read this card, and it says, bitch, pull out all the gifts that I've given you, even those ones that you think are meager and useless. Pull them all out. They are purposeful. But this woman didn't use any meager skill earlier today. This just says pull out all the skills no matter how meager you think them to be. She said today, bitch, pull out the crochet needle in the motherfucking yarn. And as you are doing it, visualize you creating the future you want to see made real. We, the weavers of the strings of destiny, the fates existing in real time on this live right now. She used the analogy through the yarn and the crochet and the weaving, as this card says, bitch, pull out all the stops. I done gave you a myriad of gifts that you ain't even using, yet you out here fearful and, scared of not being successful or whatever. Pull out all the stops. Play while you're doing it. Don't stress. Don't fear. Play while you're doing it. Who it's for is who it's for. Who's going to come? They need what it is you have. Just do the shit. And do it lightheartedly. Play for all you are worth. Because this fear that you're feeling, it's not fear. It's just you remembering a self that no longer exists. An old you that you have evolved from. Huh? Child. And then the last card, this was a good card, right? Child, the last card, the number 9 card, the card of completion, the card of Mother Oya up in here, kicking ass and taking names, is the command card. It is the Emperor card. Look at this person meditating. Look at the smoke, looking like what? A serpent coming up from the flames and spiraling above head. Look at this elder holding the pipe, the prayer pipe in the lodge with the history of his whole people on the tapestry in the background. You see this card? The command card. Listen, this is the last card of the night. Baby, let me tell you about the command card and what it did to me on this evening as the last card of my pull. Baby, I was in here subdued. I was up in here subdued by this card. The command card. This is the affirmation for the card. I now create the structures through which all of my gifts will be actualized. I am the governor of my world. I am the ruler of my life. From a limitless spirit, I draw all things needed for right action. That's the affirmation for the card. As I just read the 5 of Pipes, they were saying, baby, use all your gifts. That's what the 5 of Pipes just said. Use all your gifts. The first line in this card say, look, I create structures through which all of my gifts will be actualized. In this card, the last card. Anyway, listen. I am the emperor, the chief, the creator of the overall structure that takes into account the many abilities, the many talents and experiences that you have discovered within and relates them to the world's needs. The skill, what is that saying? What does that mean? What does the 5 of Pipes mean? Every single solitary skill that we have, it is purposeful for one thing. If you are a singer, if you are a dancer, if you are a painter, if you are an architect, we all have skills that can afford us an ability to live. But those skills affording us the ability to live are not their purpose. Create your living from your skills, but go deeper. What's the deeper? These skills are the pipes. These skills are the instrument through which the one is always attempting to articulate itself to the many through the individual. Every gift we have, every skill we have is purposeful for that divine reason, even as we use it for a myriad of other things. The one is always attempting to express itself through us. Who is the us? What am I always saying about who we are in this moment? Each one of us, the 8 billion of us that live on the planet. Each one of us is a purposeful, perfect, peculiar divine expression of the one in real time. That's it. This card is saying, baby, your gifts are purposeful. Yes, feed yourself, sustain some security for yourself, but always go deeper and remember that your gifts are purposeful. The world needs the gifts that you incarnate with, that you possess. Through the Empress bounty in yourself, you learned of these gifts in your being. Now through me, you learn. Now through me, you learn. You will learn how to give them physical form. You have journeyed as the full seed, willing to take a risk. There it is again in this one throw. Willing to take a risk to move forward. Then, as the magician and the resourceful one, you saw the tools you have to use all along the way. As the high priestess and the seeker, you realized your responsibility for that which you experience. At the same time, along the way, you discovered an abundance of good ideas, high goals, and personal ambitions. You experienced the bountiful feeling of the Empress when you saw the abilities, talents, and knowledge that have been planted in your consciousness. Now it is time to find a structure that can allow this whole self to come through in fullness. Your thoughts and images dictate your reality. You must take command right now. It is time to make decisions that benefit your whole being and that of the earth, your dwelling place. I tell you, you are the maker of your personal law. The definitions of the meaning of your experiences constitute suggestions that are accepted without reservation by your consciousness. You define what you see, many times without thinking. Realize you have choice in your definition, in your response to any situation. This is your point of power. The self-questioning for this for this card is: are you in a work situation that you desire? Are you in a relationship that you want? Let's see. Okay, so this is the meditation. This is how I want to end with y'all. Okay, the meditation, which I never read, even for myself. I never read the meditation, right? But today it stood out. The meditation for this card, the command card, in your inner awareness, go to the TP of the chief. Okay? Place your doubts and fears in the central fire. You see that? Place your doubts and fears in the central fire. Give the chief permission to speak to you, to reach through any barriers that you may unconsciously put up, and to give you insight as to your true place in the world. The chief may call other medicine people into the circle. A pipe may be passed. Inhale the light of the spirit that you may be able to see clearly your own path. The visualization. Image in the picture of yourself as a very prosperous and powerful leader. Now step into that image and feel the qualities you would carry into that role. See that you can be kind and generous, that you can plan and administrate and guide, that you can be a peacemaker, a diplomat, and an emissary, a counselor. Your words guide others. Your thoughts and ideas affect them. Rules you make are carried out, and the visions that you have are manifested in the material world. You are impeccably prosperous in this vision of yourself. The colors, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Going with the flow, the same card. Command is not power over the force, but working with the force. It is the taking advantage of a flow already strongly going. Consider these forces and whether you currently have command of them: money, sex, time, and energy. The chief must consider how to utilize not only his or her own, but each individual's talents to take advantage of the tribe's innate wealth. Your tribe may be your family, your peer group, business staff, or spiritual circle. As a leader, you must be wise enough to recognize the true inclinations and abilities of each person within. Then you must figure out how to encourage the full expressions of these innate qualities in a way that benefits the whole. These innate tendencies will always be the things that make the individual feel fulfilled and happy during the process. What is good for the individual is good for the whole. No one is asked to give up themselves to sacrifice for the tribe. Can I get an amen up in the room? No one is asked to give up self to sacrifice for the whole tribe. What are the example are the pipes, the two of stones, gauging the reciprocal nature of the relationships around you, while at the same time gauging the nature of your relationship with the planet Earth, with the mother. Here it says nobody in a harmonious relationship would be asked to sacrifice themselves for the greater good, for the group. at their expense. That what is good for the individual is good for the group. What is good for the individual is good for the whole, if they are already in harmonious way with the one. You understand? Not at the expense of the group. What is good for the individual, not at the expense of the group. What is good for the individual who is in right relationship with the earth, with the one, with the mother, and with self. What is good for that individual is always good for the whole. That one, listen to what the fuck I'm talking about. That one who leads in that way, the chief, who leads in harmonious and right relationship with all there is, would never be asked to sacrifice self for the whole. Nah, far be it for me to get deep on y'all ass, but you remember a couple of days ago when I did that live about the culture inherent in this wicked ass system that's propped up on the 3 pillars of the different ways that we can experience suffering. Sadomasochistic asceticism, absolution, and martyrdom. Inherent in the religious ideology of this whole rotten bitch is the need for suffering and the dissemination of pain and suffering, with the ultimate suffering being martyrdom. This whole idea that we hold the fuck up, that the whole civil rights movement was not even, it didn't even know, but the whole civil rights movement was propped up on the necessity, even glorifying receiving pain and punishment, pain and suffering for the greater good. The sit-ins where people were getting their heads cracked open with goddamn glass bottles and shit, spit on and cussed at. And under this bullshitting ass philosophy of philosophical nonviolence, we adopt that if we suffer, it will benefit the greater good, and can't figure out why we in this motherfucking situation we in right now. She says those who are the personification of the chief, meaning living in harmonious and right relationship with all that is, with the earth, with the mother, with those around them, with those in their clan. What? The nourishing lodge of the bowls of the previous card. Those who are in harmonious right way with all that is, those would never be asked to sacrifice self for the many, sacrifice self for the group. You see how this is in direct opposition to that bullshit that we have been fed for quite some time? You understand? So anyway, likewise, the chief looks at the larger forces of life, not only the forces of nature, but the forces of society, and does his or her best to work with the flow of these forces. Once again, a utilization of the energy in process is called for. It is not giving up or giving in. Listen, it is not giving up or giving in, but a taking advantage of. It is using the momentum of what already is happening. If the fish swim upstream, you go there to catch them. You don't give up eating. You harness the wind with windmills and generate power for your own needs. You don't sit around wishing for electricity. This is a preaching. You don't sit around and wait for wishing for electricity. You harness the wind with windmills and generate power for your own needs. The flowing river turns the water wheel, runs the mill, grinds the grain. Rain falling from roof will fill the barrels for watering your garden. In modern life, the amount of money you have is a power, however inadequate you think it may be. It is a force given to you to see if you can make wise choices, to see if you can maximize its potential to create the good of your choice. Of itself, it is like a lump. Listen, of itself, it is like a lump of clay. Do you say, this is just dirt, and throw it away? Or do you become the sculptor of that which you are given. It is the same with time, the time that you have been given, your lifetime. How do you use it? Does every moment count? When free, do you allow your true self to come out? Do you allow your true self to come out? Isn't that what the Lover's card said several cards ago? Isn't that what the Ecstasy card challenged us to do? Is to coax out that version of us that we have held hostage and kept in secret? Here it is, the command card, reiterating the necessity to live out loud on purpose in the light in real time. That's what the card says. When free, do you allow your true self to come out? Do you love, create, and enjoy your time? What did the Five of Pipes say? Use your arts to lure the universe to conspire, to bring to you easily that which you desire. Do you love, create, and enjoy your time? Or is it all given to the suppression of self to another's will? Taking command is using your will, thereby increasing your willpower. Your thoughts are another tremendous creative force. How do you use your thoughts? They form your world on the inner plane, setting up the patterns that manifest the outer world. Take command of your thoughts. Within every situation, there are forces at work, powers already in action. The wise chief finds a way to use them for the greater good. It is the chief's goal always to bring better fortune to her people, and thus to the self as well. The ancient martial arts, blah, 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 blah. A loss is always a new freedom as well. A gain is a stepping stone. The challenge you are given by a life situation is an opportunity to perfect a skill or goddamn. The challenge you are given by a life situation is an opportunity to perfect a skill or quality that you will be happy to have later. As the great plan of the unfolding universe is put before you. You are a warrior in training. Never complain about an opportunity to hone your skills. God, go forward with the fullness of your being. Take command. The non-chief complains. The chief sees opportunity and takes charge of the forces by setting herself in a position that will receive the forces' benefit and diminish the likelihood of harm. You, like the chief, have your own goals and deeply held values. These should not be set aside. The lesson of taking command is simply that you must use your mind and will to place yourself, container of these goals and values, in a position where they will be strengthened and enhanced. Go now. Look at your deepest needs and desires. In what already happening flow of energy can you place them? Stop embracing struggle. Stop embracing struggle and take command. Stop embracing struggle and take command, baby. Stop embracing struggle and take command. That's the motherfucking card. Told y'all I got red tonight. I told y'all I got my ass handed to me on this here evening. I told y'all. It was a glorious, radical, welcome, magnanimous reading. But baby, I got my ass handed to me on this here night. So that is all I'm going to say about that. It is late. I got plans. I got things to do. And I got a fucking workshop to plan for day after tomorrow. So with that being said, I want to wish you a wonderful evening, an even more wonderful, glorious, beautiful Virgo full moon. I want to wish you your deepest heart's desired met quickly, radically, and rapidly. And with that, I will say good night, and I will see you again soon. If you need a reading, if you need a wellness consultation, if you want to volunteer for the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, if you want to make If you want to make a contribution, email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. I appreciate all the feedback, but I was really radically trying to move through. So that's why I read all your comments, but that's why I wasn't responding. So I hope you forgive me for that. We're going to have a temple service next week, and I will be a lot more deliberate and present for that. But in the meantime, I will continue the reading of Parable of the Sower this Monday coming. Have an amazing weekend. Have a radical weekend. And I will see you guys on Monday. Peace.